Hi guys, it's Lawrence here from Creative Recruiters, and today I want to talk to you about something known within the recruitment industry as floating, or what might be better known to people outside the industry as presenting. And when we're talking about this topic, it's important to realise that floating or presenting of candidates is at the very core, the very heart of recruitment. When you go in to see a recruiter, you're doing that because you intend to have that recruiter send you out to the relationships that he has for potential work opportunities. And so really, it's at the very core of what we do. And I always explain to people like this: when you go and see a recruiter, you're hoping that you're going to be able to tap into the clients that they have working with them. And likewise, the clients come to us because they're an 11th hour need and they're looking for a particular niche set, and they want to be able to tap into the pool of creators we have here. So it's those relationships that ultimately allow a recruitment agency to keep their doors open. And so in order to protect those relationships, quite often what recruitment agencies will do is to ask you to agree to them presenting you to clients. They'll ask for your permission to do that. And that's to ensure that they're able to represent you wholeheartedly and know that there's not going to be any misunderstandings outside of that. What's happening though at the moment is that quite often someone will go into one recruitment agency and they may ask you to agree to allow them to present you to 25, 30 or so clients. And that's not a bad thing, provided, of course, that recruitment consultant actually has relationships with those 25 or 30 clients. Otherwise, what they're effectively doing is blocking you out from being able to work with other recruitment agencies. So it's really important when people ask for your permission to represent you somewhere that you have a really good understanding about what kind of relationship they have with that company and what kind of feedback you're expecting to get. You know, a lot of the recruitment agencies out there will have systems in place nowadays where they'll potentially ask for your permission to represent you somewhere while you're there being registered. And you do not have to agree to that straight away. In fact, you can say, do you mind if I go and have a look at these companies to see for a start if they're the kind of company I might want to work for? But it's also important just to quiz that consultant about what kind of relationship they have. When was the last time they're out there? When was the last time that they worked with that company? It might have been like 5 years ago. All these sort of questions to just kind of give you a better sense as to what kind of relationship they do have with that. If you have given someone permission to represent you, then you're completely within your right to follow up with that consultant and ask them, what is the feedback? Now, I know from my own personal experience that sometimes we can present someone out to a company and that company may just be too busy to look at it properly or to give feedback straight away. But that in itself is feedback. If you find that you're not getting feedback back from that recruitment consultant, you're within your rights to ask them to tell you when you were presented across to that client. And if they haven't represented you across that client, you're within your rights to say to them that you want to withdraw that permission to represent it and take it to someone else who can do that properly for you. Now, this is obviously a bit of a touchy subject within the recruitment world, but it's important for you to understand where you've been represented, who represented you, when did you give them permission to do that. It's generally a 12-month period from the date of presenting or from the last day working, just to be fully clear about what you've agreed to and what your obligations are in that regards. So I hope that you found this helpful. If you have any questions about this, any thoughts, any queries, please feel free to add them to the comments, and I promise I'll respond and get back to you. Otherwise, have a great day.